When the instructors asked why humans do boast about combat, the answer was classified. Cadets from many worlds moved between classrooms and practice areas. Some had green skin, some had scales, and some had shapes that made humans stare. But among all the strange appearances, the humans stood out for their quiet behavior. They were small in number but not in skill. Alex Carter walked across the main training field. His boots made soft thuds on the metal surface. He carried a standard combat pack and a rifle that was heavier than it looked. Beside him walked Lisa Morrow. She carried the same pack, moving with steady confidence. They did not speak much. When other cadets yelled to show excitement or fear, Alex and Lisa kept their faces calm. Their silence made other species curious. Today was a day of drills. Instructor Kale, a tall alien with blue skin and 4 arms, stood at the center of the field. His voice boomed, even though his mouth was small. "Today you will practice rapid defense and combat coordination," he said. Cadets from different planets formed groups. Humans were always separate. They did not join the others, and the other cadets noticed. Kale watched Alex and Lisa. He had questions. Why do humans never talk about past battles? Why are they quiet when others brag about strength? Other species often discussed victories as if their pride depended on it. Humans never did. It was strange. Kale decided he would learn the truth, but he knew it would not be easy. Humans did not share stories freely. The first exercise began. Drones moved across the field, simulating enemy attacks. Other cadets shouted commands and bragged about hits. Alex crouched behind a wall, waiting. Lisa signaled him with her hand. They moved together as a unit, silent but fast. A drone flew close, and Alex shot it with precise aim. Lisa grabbed a cadet who had tripped and pulled him to safety. The other species stared. Humans were not loud, but they were deadly accurate. Their movements seemed practiced, as if they had done this many times before. After the exercise, the cadets gathered in the central hall. Alien cadets were excitedly talking about their performance. "I hit 3 drones before they noticed me," one shouted. "My reflexes are better than yours," said another. Alex and Lisa stood quietly, letting others speak. Kale approached them. He was curious and a little frustrated. "Alex, why do humans never speak of combat? You are so skilled, yet you do not brag." Alex looked at him. He did not smile, but his eyes were steady. "We do not talk about things we carry with us," Alex said simply. Kale frowned. He did not understand. "Things you carry?" Kale repeated. "You mean weapons?" "No," Alex said. "Memories, experiences. Some things are better kept private." Lisa nodded. Kale looked at both humans. He could tell they were telling the truth, but it was not enough. He wanted more answers. The next weeks passed with more exercises. Humans continued to surprise everyone. They learned quickly, adapted faster than others, and always stayed calm. Alien cadets tried to copy them, but their pride and noise slowed them down. During one drill, a group of aliens panicked when a drone moved in an unexpected way. Alex calmly guided them to safety. Lisa stayed behind to cover them. Instructors whispered among themselves. The humans were not just good, they were extraordinary. One afternoon, Kale called Alex and Lisa into his office. The room was small for a tall alien, but it had holographic screens showing training data. "I need answers," Kale said. "Humans, why do you not share your combat experience?" Alex and Lisa exchanged a look. "It is classified," Lisa said simply. Kale was frustrated. Classified meant no one could access it. "Classified," he repeated. "Even for the academy." "Yes," Alex said. "Some things are not for teaching. Some things are not for pride, they are for survival." Kale tried to push further, but Alex shook his head. "You will see when it matters. Until then, our silence is enough." Outside the office, other cadets watched humans train. Rumors began to spread. "Humans must be hiding something," one alien said. "Maybe they are weak and they are scared to talk," said another. Alex and Lisa ignored the whispers. They focused on training as always. The next exercise was a combat simulation in a forested area of the academy. Drones and enemy holograms moved quickly. Other cadets ran and shouted. Humans moved silently. Alex found the best paths for movement, avoiding detection. Lisa helped others who stumbled, guiding them without panic. Drones that approached them were disabled before they even realized humans were there. Afterward, Kale spoke to other instructors. Humans are remarkable. I cannot understand how they move so well without discussion or pride. One instructor, Myra, a winged alien, frowned. Maybe it is something in their training back home, but their records are sealed. We cannot know. Kale nodded. The secrecy of humans irritated him, but he also felt respect. Humans were quiet, but their skill demanded notice. Later that evening, Alex and Lisa sat on the steps of a training hall. The sun was low, casting long shadows. Alex looked at Lisa. "Do you think they will ever understand?" he asked quietly. "Maybe not," Lisa said. "Some things are not meant for them. They will see when it matters." They watched the stars appear. In the distance, the academy buzzed with life. Cadets trained, laughed, and bragged. Humans stayed silent, carrying experiences they would not share. It was their way, their choice, and one day it would make a difference the galaxy would not forget. Days passed. Kale continued to observe. He asked questions to other humans, but the answers were always brief and careful. Alex and Lisa trained harder than ever, pushing limits quietly. Alien cadets still whispered rumors, but the humans did not care. They did not train for praise. They trained for survival and protection. One day, a simulated emergency occurred. An entire sector of the training grounds was marked as a hazard zone. Drones swarmed the area and alarms sounded. Panic spread. Some alien cadets froze, unsure what to do. Humans moved instantly. Alex directed cadets to safety, using hand signals and calm orders. Lisa stayed behind to disable drones, covering others. The instructors watched in awe. Humans handled chaos like they had lived through real war, though no one knew the full truth. After the emergency, Kale pulled Alex aside. "I still do not understand why humans never boast. You are fearless and skilled. Most species would shout about this." Alex looked at him with steady eyes. "We do not need others to know. Survival is enough." Kale realized there was more to humans than he understood. Their silence was not weakness. It was strength hidden behind restraint. As night fell, the academy quieted. Cadets returned to quarters. Humans sat together in silence. No words, only calm presence. Other cadets talked and laughed about the day, still unsure about the quiet humans. Kale stared at the stars and thought about what humans carried with them. One day, he would understand. Until then, humans trained, moved, and survived. They carried secrets in their minds and skills in their hands. The galaxy would notice them soon enough. Even if the humans never said a word the next morning, the academy buzzed with energy. Cadets moved quickly between training halls and practice grounds. Humans walked among them quietly, focused on the day's exercises. Alex Carter and Lisa Morrow kept their calm pace, unbothered by the noise and chaos. Alien cadets whispered as they passed, still curious and a little suspicious about the humans. Instructor Kale had been observing for days. He wanted to understand the humans, but their silence made him uneasy. He called Alex and Lisa to his office again. The room was smaller than Kale preferred, but it had data screens and training logs for review. "Humans," Kale said, his voice firm. "Yesterday you handled the hazard zone better than anyone. Your reflexes, decisions, and calm are beyond what we expected. I need to know why. Why do you stay so quiet? Why do you not brag about victories?" Alex leaned against the wall. He did not look angry or annoyed, only calm. "We do not train for pride," he said. "We train to survive. We train to protect. Talking does not help." Kale frowned. "But every warrior species talks about their battles. They share stories to teach and to show power. You are different." "We do not need to show power," Lisa said quietly. "Our skill is enough." Kale sighed. He wanted more, but he knew pushing humans too hard could backfire. Instead, he changed the subject. Today we will have a team coordination exercise. Humans, you will lead one group. Show your methods. The humans nodded. Alex quickly organized the team. He pointed to positions on a holographic map. Lisa moved beside him, checking that all cadets understood. Alien cadets looked skeptical. They were used to leaders yelling and giving long speeches. Humans gave simple, clear instructions, then moved to action. The exercise began. Holographic enemies appeared across the training ground. Humans moved quickly and silently. Alex guided the cadets with hand signals. Lisa covered weak points and assisted injured cadets. The alien instructors noticed something unusual. Humans did not rush or panic. They stayed calm, thinking several steps ahead. After the exercise, Kale approached Alex again. Your team performed perfectly. But I still do not understand why humans do not speak of combat. Even your training methods suggest you have experience we do not know about. Alex looked at him, his expression serious. We have experience, Alex said, but it is not for display. Some things are private. Some things are dangerous to share. Kale's curiosity grew. He asked, how dangerous? Mental danger, Lisa said. Memories of battle can change you. They can make you reckless or proud. We avoid that. The instructors were surprised. They had not thought of combat as dangerous to the mind. Most species celebrated fighting, talking about it as if it were an honor. Humans treated it as responsibility. Kale made a note to investigate further. Later that day, the cadets had another drill. This time it simulated an ambush in a canyon area. Drones appeared from hidden positions. Alien cadets panicked, shouting orders that contradicted each other. Humans moved calmly. Alex directed cadets to safe spots, while Lisa neutralized drones silently. An alien cadet named Torin tried to challenge Alex. Why do you not yell like the rest of us? Do you fear? He asked. Alex looked at him, calm and steady. Fear is natural, Alex said, but panic is useless. We act, then react, calmly. Torin looked confused but followed Alex's instructions. By the end of the exercise, every cadet was safe, and the simulated enemies were disabled. The instructors recorded the results, impressed by humans' efficiency. That evening, Kale and another instructor, Myra, discussed humans in the observation room. I do not understand them, Myra said. They have skill beyond anything we have seen, yet they do not brag or speak of past battles. It is frustrating. Kale nodded. Their past is hidden. I tried to access records, but they are classified. The humans refuse to share. It is unusual, very unusual. Meanwhile, Alex and Lisa returned to their quarters. They unpacked training equipment and rested. Alex looked out the window at the stars. Do you think they will ever understand? He asked. Lisa sat beside him. Maybe not today, she said. They will see when it matters. Until then, we train and stay ready. The next morning, Kale decided to test humans further. He set up a complex scenario. Multiple threats, limited resources, and unexpected obstacles. Humans moved quickly, coordinating silently. They avoided traps and protected weaker cadets. Alien cadets could barely keep up. Kale noted that humans' actions were precise and practiced. It was as if they had faced real danger many times. Afterward, Kale asked Alex again, how do you know what to do? Your experience is beyond your age. Alex looked at him, calm as ever. We have faced challenges before. Not everything is taught here. Some lessons come from survival. Kale tried to access human history again, but found the files still sealed. Words like psychological containment and classified appeared repeatedly. He did not understand all the terms. It made him uneasy. Why would humans' past be locked even from instructors? The thought stayed with him. Days turned into weeks. Humans continued to train without complaint. They remained quiet while alien cadets often bragged and argued. Still, humans succeeded at every exercise. Instructors began to respect them more. Even alien cadets noticed. Murmurs of admiration replaced whispers of doubt. "Maybe humans are stronger than we thought," said Torin grudgingly. One afternoon, an unexpected drill started. Drones attacked from every direction and the control system glitched, making the simulation unexpectedly dangerous. Panic spread. Cadets froze, unsure where to move. Humans reacted instantly. Alex took control, pointing to safe zones and guiding cadets with hand signals. Lisa helped injured cadets and disabled drones. Together, they moved calmly through chaos, protecting everyone. After the drill, Kale approached them, astonished. "I cannot understand how you do this," he said. "Even under real danger, you stay calm and effective." "Your methods are extraordinary," Alex shook his head. "It is training and discipline and experience. Some things are not for teaching, only for action when necessary." Kale sighed. He realized humans were different from any other species he had trained. Their silence was not weakness, it was restraint. Their strength was hidden behind calm and discipline. He made a note to continue studying them, though he knew full understanding would take time. That night the humans sat together quietly. No words, only calm presence. Alien cadets whispered about their skills, still trying to figure out their secrets. The humans did not care. They did not train for attention or praise. They trained to survive, to protect, and to act when necessary. Over the next few days, Kale observed a pattern. Humans never boasted, never complained, never acted proud of their skill. Yet they excelled at everything. It was as if they had learned something other species had not. He wondered about their past, about the battles they had faced, and why all records were locked. One day, he thought, he would learn the truth. Until then, humans continued their quiet training. They carried hidden strength, calm in chaos, and secrets that would shape the future of the academy. The other cadets began to understand that humans were different. They might never brag, but their actions spoke louder than any words. Alex looked at Lisa one last time before lights out. "They will ask more questions tomorrow," he said. Lisa nodded. "Let them. Answers come only when needed. Until then, we stay ready." The galaxy outside the academy waited. Unknown dangers loomed. Humans stayed quiet, their minds and skills prepared. No one yet understood their full strength. One day they would. And the truth of human combat would surprise everyone. The morning sun barely touched the towers of the academy when the alarm sounded. It was not the usual training alert. Red lights flashed, and loud sirens echoed across the grounds. Cadets froze, unsure what had happened. Instructor Kale ran to the control room, eyes wide with concern. A system failure had turned a combat simulation into a dangerous, semi-real scenario. Drones were moving faster than programmed, and some had live energy packs active. Alex Carter and Lisa Morrow were already moving. Their calmness stood out among the chaos. Alien cadets ran and shouted, some falling over each other in panic. Humans did not. Alex checked the layout of the training ground in his mind, memorizing exit points, weak points of drones, and positions of cadets. Lisa scanned for injured cadets and obstacles. Kale watched in amazement. "How can they stay so calm?" he whispered to another instructor. Every other species would be screaming. The other instructor shook her head. "Humans are different." Alex shouted instructions, but not loudly. It was more like guiding gestures and hand signals. "Move left, Torin, cover that corner. Sierra, go to safe zone 3. Follow my hand." Alien cadets hesitated, unsure how to respond. Lisa moved forward, neutralizing drones with precise strikes and guiding cadets to cover. Even the most frightened cadets started to follow their example. The drones swarmed in unpredictable patterns. Some fired laser pulses that could harm cadets if not avoided. Humans moved with practiced efficiency. Alex calculated risks quickly, choosing paths that minimized exposure. Lisa covered weak points, making sure no one was left behind. Cadets who panicked before now felt safer, following human direction without question. Kale's mouth was open in disbelief. He had trained thousands of cadets from many species, but he had never seen control like this. "They are unreal," he muttered. "How can this be possible?" Hours seemed to pass in minutes. Humans moved through chaos like shadows, protecting and leading. A cadet stumbled near a drone firing energy bursts. Lisa reached him, grabbed his arm, and pulled him back to safety without breaking stride. Alex disabled another drone with a precise shot, then guided a small group toward a safer corridor. The instructors kept track of casualties. Surprisingly, there were almost none. Humans had saved everyone. Finally, the system shut down. Drones powered down, alarms stopped, and the red lights faded. Instructors hurried to assess the situation. Cadets were shaken but safe. Alex and Lisa were still calm, checking on injured cadets and helping them up. Kale stepped forward, his face pale. "I do not understand," he said. "Even in real combat, no cadets handle danger like that. How do you do it?" Alex looked at him, calm and steady. "Training, observation, experience. We act when necessary. We do not panic. Chaos is only a problem if you let it be one." Myra, the winged instructor, frowned. "Your actions were beyond training. You knew where every threat would be before it happened. You saved lives that others could not." Lisa nodded. "We observe. We plan. Survival is not luck." After the incident, Academy leadership demanded a briefing. Human Command was contacted. A special file was opened, labeled strictly for senior staff. Kale and Myra were allowed to read it, though most instructors were denied. The file explained that humans had fought wars over generations, often against threats that could destroy entire cities. Humans learned to act quickly, to think ahead, and to protect others. The text in the file used words like psychological containment and mental adaptation. It said humans were trained to hide trauma, to avoid glorifying combat, and to focus on survival rather than pride. Kale read the words slowly, realizing why humans never boasted. It was not arrogance or fear. It was restraint, learned through hard experience. Alex and Lisa were called to the briefing. Kale looked at them. "I finally understand some of it," he said, "but even knowing your history does not explain how calm you are." "How do you carry all that experience and stay composed?" Alex glanced at him. "We carry it silently. We do not let it control us. It is part of who we are, but not part of what we show. Speaking of it does not help survival." Lisa added, "We train to protect, not to impress. Pride can make mistakes happen. Caution saves lives." The instructors and leadership were silent. For the first time, they realized that human silence was not weakness. It was power, and the kind of power that could save 1,000 lives in a single moment. After the briefing, Kale approached Alex privately. "You could teach this to others," he said, "but humans never share." "Why?" Alex looked out the window at the stars beyond the academy. "Some lessons are learned only when needed. Teaching them too early can make people reckless. We act, we do not boast. That is enough." The following week, training resumed, but humans were watched more closely. Every movement, every decision, every silent signal was recorded. Cadets from other species began trying to imitate them, but they failed. Humans had experience that could not be copied. Their calm under pressure, their silent coordination, and their protective instincts were built from something no training program could give. One day, during a routine drill, Alex and Lisa noticed a group of alien cadets struggling in a high-gravity section of the academy. Some were falling, some panicking. Alex directed them calmly, showing which positions to take to balance weight and avoid injury. Lisa moved among them, offering support and covering weak points. By the end of the drill, every cadet was stable, unharmed, and able to continue. Torin, who had challenged Alex before, approached him afterward. "I do not understand how you do it," he said. Alex smiled faintly. "We stay calm, we observe, we act. Panic helps no one. Fear is natural, control is learned. Torin nodded, though he was still amazed. He realized humans were not like other species, not just skilled but disciplined in a way he could not imagine. Kale met with Myra again. I thought I understood humans before, but now I see they are beyond comprehension. They are quiet, yes, but their strength comes from restraint and experience. And that experience is not just physical, it is mental. Myra nodded. I fear the Academy may not be ready for such power. Other cadets will try to compete, fail, and panic. Humans are in a league of their own. Alex and Lisa returned to their quarters that night. They were quiet as usual. No one spoke much. They prepared for the next day, checking equipment, reviewing exercises in their minds, and planning silently. Outside, alien cadets whispered about the events. Humans are not just skilled, said one. They are different, almost unreal. The next morning, the academy resumed normal training, but instructors and cadets were wary. Every scenario now included humans, and every scenario tested them in ways that would challenge their calm and coordination. Humans continued to perform flawlessly. They did not brag or boast. They simply acted. Every drill, every exercise, every unexpected hazard was met with precision and care. Kale, watching from the observation deck, realized something important. Humans were not trained to impress, to win awards, or to claim glory. They were trained to survive, to protect others, and to control chaos. And that made them the most dangerous and effective cadets the Academy had ever seen. As the day ended, Alex and Lisa walked across the field. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows. Alex turned to Lisa. "They are learning slowly," he said. Lisa nodded. "Yes, but some lessons cannot be taught. They must be shown when needed." The instructors still did not fully understand. Alien cadets still whispered rumors. But one thing was clear. Humans were not just participants in the academy. They were a force. A quiet, controlled, and deadly force. And the galaxy, if it ever faced them in real conflict, would learn what restraint combined with experience could do. Alex and Lisa sat outside the quarters looking at the stars. "One day," Alex said quietly, "they will know why we never speak of combat." Lisa nodded. "And when that day comes, the galaxy will be surprised, not by our strength but by our silence." For now, humans continued training, quiet, precise, and ready. No one outside their ranks understood the depth of their experience, the weight of what they carried, or the reason for their silence. It was classified. It was necessary. And it was part of what made humans the most unpredictable and dangerous warriors in the galaxy. The Academy was unusually quiet the morning after the simulation incident. Cadets moved slowly through the halls, their faces showing a mix of awe and fear. Instructors whispered in corners, discussing what had happened. Humans, as always, walked calmly, unfazed by the attention. Alex Carter and Lisa Morrow carried their packs without hurry, eyes scanning the environment as they moved to the training grounds. Instructor Kale was already waiting. His blue skin was slightly paler than usual, his forearms crossed. He had read the classified file about human combat history. The words psychological containment and mental adaptation haunted him. He wanted answers directly from the humans. "Alex, Lisa," Kale began, his voice quiet but firm. "I need you to explain something. Your calm, your efficiency, your ability to protect others in chaos. It is beyond any cadet I have trained. Tell me why humans are like this." Alex looked at him, steady and calm. "Because we have faced war," he said. Lisa added, "Not just any war, wars that lasted generations, wars that could have ended humanity." Kale raised an eyebrow. "You mean on Earth?" Alex nodded. "Yes. We fought wars that tested every part of us, body, mind, and soul. Some humans did not survive. Some did, but changed forever. We learned restraint. We learned to protect, not to boast." Myra, the winged instructor, stepped forward. "But your records were sealed." "Why hide your past?" Lisa looked at her. Because pride can be dangerous. Celebrating victories makes people reckless. Remembering trauma without control can break minds. We keep it private to survive and to protect others. Kale felt a chill. He had seen many warriors, but none with such a philosophy. Humans train to fight, yes, but more importantly, they train to control themselves and others in chaos. Alex continued. We train in silence. We learn observation. We act only when necessary. That is why we never brag. We do not need to. The instructors slowly began to understand. Humans' past was not secret to hide shame or weakness. It was hidden to prevent repetition of trauma and to maintain discipline. Humans had fought wars that could have destroyed cities, nations, and even the planet. They survived because they learned to control themselves. Kale asked, "But your skills are not just mental. You move, fight, and protect with precision beyond training. How?" Alex smiled faintly. Experience. Training teaches rules. Real combat teaches judgment. We combine both. We know when to act, when to wait, and how to protect everyone around us. It is instinct shaped by discipline and history. Myra nodded slowly. So your silence is power, Lisa answered. It is responsibility. Silence does not mean weakness, it means control. We do not act for pride, but for results. The instructors asked more questions. How did humans handle fear? Alex replied, fear is natural, panic is not. We feel fear, but we control it. We observe first, act second. That is the difference. Kale asked about teamwork. Lisa said, we watch each other, communicate silently when needed, and protect the weakest. Every action matters. Every decision can save lives or cause harm. The truth was heavy. Humans were not reckless warriors, nor were they boastful heroes. They were survivors who had learned lessons other species never faced. Wars on Earth had lasted centuries in total effect, with threats from nature, other humans, and unknown disasters. The memory of survival shaped them. Their calm, precision, and quiet strength came from lessons written in experience, not textbooks. After the discussion, Kale requested a demonstration. He wanted to see the humans' philosophy in action. Alex and Lisa agreed. They led a small group of cadets into the forested training area. Drones, obstacles, and holographic threats were activated. Alien cadets panicked as usual, but humans stayed calm. Alex directed movement with subtle gestures, showing safe paths and points of cover. Lisa moved among the cadets, assisting, neutralizing threats, and guiding everyone with calm efficiency. The simulation was harder than any previous one. Some drones had unpredictable behaviors. Other cadets failed to follow orders, but humans compensated. They protected weak cadets, eliminated dangers, and kept everyone safe. Kale and Myra observed in silence, finally understanding what the classified file meant. Human skills were not just physical or tactical, they were mental, emotional, and protective. After the demonstration, the Academy gathered for a briefing. Senior staff listened as Kale and Myra explained. Humans do not boast, Kale said. Their past is classified not because they are weak or ashamed, but because they carry knowledge and trauma that can harm others if shared improperly. They act to survive, to protect, and to maintain control. It is a philosophy of responsibility. Some instructors were shocked. Some cadets were skeptical. Torin approached Alex afterward. So you really do not brag, he asked. Alex nodded. We do not need to. Strength is shown through action, not words. We protect, we survive, and we act responsibly. Over the next week, humans continued training, but the Academy changed how they were viewed. Alien cadets no longer mocked them. Instead, they watched, learned, and tried to understand. Instructors allowed humans to lead more exercises, not for prestige, but for the safety of all cadets. Humans' methods began to influence training philosophy. Restraint, observation, and silent coordination became part of the curriculum, though only partially. Some lessons could not be taught, they had to be observed and experienced. One evening, Alex and Lisa sat on the steps of their quarters. The stars were bright and the air was still. Alex said, "Now they know some of the truth, but they will never fully understand." "They have not lived what we have lived," Lisa nodded. "And that is fine. Understanding is not necessary for survival. We act when it is needed." The Academy slowly accepted that humans were exceptional. Their silence was no longer a mystery but a philosophy. Instructors now realized that the most dangerous warriors were not those who boasted or shouted, but those who carried history, experience, and restraint. A month later, the next wave of cadets arrived. They watched humans train and were amazed. Humans did not speak of victories or failures. They moved efficiently, protected weaker cadets, and handled chaos with calm precision. Whispers spread among the newcomers. "Humans are not loud, but they are terrifyingly skilled," one said. "I think they know things we will never learn." Alex noticed the whispers but said nothing. Lisa moved beside him, adjusting her pack. "They will understand when it matters," she said. "For now, we continue." Instructors observed quietly. Kale spoke to Myra. "I finally understand why humans are silent. It is not arrogance, not shame, not fear. It is responsibility, and that makes them dangerous in a way no one can predict." The truth of human combat became part of the Academy's lessons, but only as an example. Other species could learn discipline, observation, and restraint, but they could not replicate experience. Humans carried centuries of survival, knowledge, and restraint in their actions. Their silence was a shield, their calm a weapon, and their philosophy a lesson for anyone willing to see beyond noise and pride. As night fell, the Academy was quiet. Alex and Lisa walked across the fields, their figures calm and confident. The stars reflected in their eyes. The galaxy outside waited, full of dangers and unknown challenges. Humans were ready. They had trained in silence, carried experience, and learned restraint. One day, the galaxy would see the full truth of their strength, and that day would come without warning. Humans did not boast. They did not celebrate. They acted. And through action, they shaped the Academy, the cadets, and the future of the galaxy in ways no one yet understood. The Academy woke to another bright morning. Cadets were moving across the training grounds, but the atmosphere had changed. Whispers of respect followed humans wherever they went. Alex Carter and Lisa Morrow walked among them, calm as ever. No one mocked them now. No one questioned their silence. Instead, everyone watched carefully, learning without realizing it. Instructor Kale observed from the balcony. He had finally understood humans. It was not just skill, not just history, but philosophy. Restraint, observation, protection, and calm action defined them. He turned to Myra. "I think the galaxy underestimates humans. They do not boast, but they do not need to. They act, and that is enough." Today, a new exercise was planned. Multiple threats, unexpected hazards, and a mixture of drones and holographic enemies filled the grounds. Cadets from all species were grouped together, with humans placed at the center of each team. Alien cadets were nervous. They knew humans would lead, but they did not fully understand how. Alex and Lisa organized quickly. Alex gestured to positions while Lisa moved among cadets to check readiness. Silence ruled their actions, but every move communicated purpose. Torin, still amazed, followed Alex's directions. "I have never seen anything like this," he whispered. "Humans are different." The exercise began. Drones moved in unpredictable patterns. Holographic enemies activated in waves. Alien cadets panicked, shouting and running in confusion. Humans acted calmly. Alex identified the safest paths, predicting drone movement before others even realized it. Lisa assisted cadets who stumbled, guiding them silently to safety. Every movement was precise, every decision carefully calculated. An unexpected hazard appeared. A section of the training ground collapsed slightly, blocking paths and creating dangerous gaps. Alien cadets froze, unsure how to proceed. Alex and Lisa moved quickly. Alex directed cadets to alternate routes, signaling with subtle gestures. Lisa helped weaker cadets jump gaps and avoid falling debris. Every cadet survived and every drone was neutralized. Kale and Myra watched in silence. They could not hide their awe. "I thought I understood humans," Myra said, "but they are beyond what any record could show." Kale nodded. "This is more than skill. It is discipline, responsibility, and control. They do not fight for glory but for life." After the exercise, the Academy gathered for debriefing. Senior staff praised humans not for victories but for their methods. Alex and Lisa spoke briefly, giving instructions to improve teamwork and communication. They did not boast. They did not celebrate. Other cadets listened, learning from example rather than words. Over the next weeks, humans' influence grew. Instructors began teaching restraint, observation, and silent coordination. Cadets started imitating humans' calm movements and careful planning. Whispers of respect spread across the academy. "Watch humans," one cadet said. "They do not talk, but they know what to do." Kale observed Alex and Lisa during a new exercise. A simulated ambush required quick thinking and protection of weaker cadets. Humans moved efficiently, neutralizing threats, guiding cadets, and ensuring no one was harmed. Alien cadets tried to copy them but failed. Humans' skill came from experience that could not be taught, only observed. Later, Alex spoke to Kale privately. "They are learning slowly," he said. "Some lessons cannot be taught, only shown. We guide them, but understanding comes later." Kale nodded. "I understand now. Your silence is power, but your actions are what truly teach." One evening, Alex and Lisa walked across the quiet academy grounds. The sun was setting, painting the sky in red and orange. Cadets trained nearby, imitating humans' methods without realizing it. Torin watched from a distance, still amazed. "I think they will never truly understand humans," he said. Lisa smiled faintly. "They will understand when it matters. Until then, we train and stay ready." The final exercise of the term was announced. It combined multiple hazards, enemy drones, and environmental challenges. Cadets were anxious. Humans, calm as ever, prepared. Alex and Lisa quickly assessed positions, risks, and priorities. Their quiet authority guided cadets instinctively. During the exercise, drones and hazards moved unpredictably. Alien cadets panicked initially, but humans' calm presence stabilized them. Alex directed movement with subtle signals, while Lisa neutralized threats and helped injured cadets. Every action was precise. Every cadet survived. The simulation ended with 0 casualties. Afterward, the Academy leadership convened. Kale addressed the group. "Humans do not boast, yet they have changed the way we teach, train, and think. Restraint, observation, and responsibility are now part of the Academy's core philosophy. They have shown us that the most dangerous warriors are not the loudest, but the ones who carry experience, discipline, and control." Cadets and instructors nodded. Alien cadets who once mocked humans now approached them with respect. Torin shook Alex's hand. "I finally understand," he said. Alex smiled faintly. "Understanding comes with time. Actions speak louder than words." The term ended and new cadets arrived. They watched humans train, noticing their calm and efficiency. Whispers of admiration spread quickly. Humans did not boast. They did not talk of past battles. They only moved, acted, and taught through example. Alex and Lisa stood on the observation deck one evening looking at the stars. "They will remember this," Alex said. "Not the stories, not the words, but what they saw and learned," Lisa nodded. "And when the galaxy faces real danger, they will understand why humans act as they do." Kale joined them. "I see it now," he said quietly. "Your silence, your calm, your control, it is a lesson for everyone. Humans teach by doing, not by talking. The galaxy has never known warriors like you." Alex and Lisa looked at him, steady and calm. "We are ready," Alex said. "And when the time comes, the galaxy will see the truth." That night, humans trained silently under the stars. Cadets observed, instructors watched, and the academy learned. Humans did not boast, they did not celebrate, and they did not seek glory. Their strength was hidden behind silence, calm, and experience. It was a strength that no one could imitate, and a lesson the galaxy would remember. As the term ended and cadets prepared to leave for the next stage of training, humans remained the quiet center of attention. Their presence alone changed the academy. Other species learned that boasting and shouting were not necessary. Skill, restraint, and calm action mattered most. Alex turned to Lisa. "Our work here is done for now," he said. Lisa nodded. "Yes, but the galaxy has much to see. They will learn slowly what humans can do." Instructor Kale looked out over the academy grounds, watching humans train silently. They do not boast, yet they have conquered every challenge. They do not talk, yet they teach more than any instructor could. They are humans, and the galaxy will never forget them. The stars above shone brightly. Humans continued their training, silent and precise, carrying their history and experience in quiet strength. The galaxy outside waited, full of unknown dangers and challenges. Humans were ready. They did not need words. Their actions, calmness, and restraint spoke louder than any boast. And the galaxy would see, one day, that humans were a force unlike any other. With that, the academy settled into evening calm. Cadets rested, instructors reflected, and humans remained vigilant. Alex and Lisa watched the stars, silent but ready. The lesson was clear. The most powerful warriors were not those who shouted or boasted, but those who acted with purpose, carried history in silence, and knew when to strike and when to wait. Humans had changed the academy. Humans had changed the philosophy of combat. And humans would continue to shape the galaxy through action, restraint, and quiet strength.